yung tinatakbo eh. Oo, parang ang target na lang nila, someone na makakapagtulong sa kanila. Or makakatulong sa kanila para magtulong. Hindi English basta hindi na tayo walang tapos ang dami yung income kailangan nila na dahil daming sales nila hindi na di ba daming sales force doon yung sinabi sales force tapos so sabi ko malamang ano pa ano pa kasi once na ready na yung car, yun, saka na
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed leaders, distinguished guests, and dear students, good afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome to the closing ceremony of the 17th International Conference on Sustainable Management in 2023. We gather here today after 2 days of intense academic sharing and discussions that have enriched our understanding so much. 尊敬的各位领导、各位来宾、各位同学、亲爱的同学们，大家下午好！欢迎大家参与今天下午2023年第7届可持续管理国际研讨会的闭幕式。本次研讨会呢，经过2天热烈的学术分享与讨论，我们即将圆满落幕。We have received hundreds of academic studies during this conference and have divided the reports into 5 sections. Business administration, education and fiscal, fine arts and musicology, engineering, public health and law. In these 2 days, multitude of attendees participate in both online and on-site meetings, engage business administration, education and fiscal, fine arts and musicology, engineering, public health, and law. In these 2 days, multitude of attendees participate in both online and on-site meetings, engage in sharing discussions and learning. 本次研讨会，我们收到了数百多篇学术研究，分成5个主题进行报告，即工商管理、教育与体育、艺术学与音乐学、工程系、公共卫生和法律。这2天，众多观众参与了我们线下和线上的会议，一起交流与学习。We want to express our heartfelt gratitude to the session host, speakers, and guests of the conference. Thank you all for your hard work and contribution, which ensure the successful completion of this conference. Through your efforts, all attendees have gained invaluable academic knowledge. We also want to express appreciations to every audience member who participate both online and on-site. Your participation means a lot to us. Many thanks to each and every one of you. 在此特别感谢研讨会的各位专题主持人、演讲人、贵宾。由于各位的辛劳与付出，让这次研讨会能够顺利圆满完成，所有与会来宾获益良多。同时也感谢线上和线下参与会议的每一位观众，由于各位的参与和支持，使这次研讨会增色不少，仅向各位致上最真挚的敬意与感谢。The closing ceremony of today is divided into 5 processes. Number 1 is Dr. Arvin will give us a summary review of the previous session. 那今天的研讨会闭幕式呢，一共分为5个大概的流程。流程1是我们的阿温博士将上台对本次研讨会进行总结。And process number 2, we have 3 keynote speakers of today will deliver speeches. 那流程2呢，我们今天会有3位主讲嘉宾给我们致辞。And process number 3, Dr. John Wans will announce the list of the best papers and issue the certificates. 那流程3呢，是我们亲爱约翰博士将公布获奖的优秀文章名单，并为每一位获奖学者颁发证书。Process number 4, Dr. Wang Wengming will deliver closing remarks. 那流程4呢，黄明旺博士将上台致闭幕词。And the last, we'll all invite all the guests, leaders, and teachers and students take a group photo together. 那最后呢，我们会大家有请所有嘉宾们、领导老师们和同学们上台合影留念。Okay, that's the 5 process of today. And first, Please warmly welcome Dr. Arvin to give us the summary review of the previous sections. 接下来我们掌声有请 Arvin 博士就本次研讨会进行总结，大家热烈欢迎。
Thank you. To give you the recap of yesterday's, we have a very warm welcome here at Kirk University, and we have been very proud that our simultaneous conference had been a success for its first day. So we have the different participants coming from the different country that we have mentioned yesterday, and it had been audience also by the Kirk University International College students, together with our delegate from different country. And then we have, in the afternoon, we have the presentations for the International Conference on Sustainable Management. I think they have 100 papers that had been shared from 6 different area or category. The same as in ICHESMET, the International Conference on Humanities, Education, Sciences, Management, Engineering. We have 98 papers submitted, and it's an on-site and online participant that are presented in the 6 different tracks. We have defined the tracks in humanities and social sciences, and we have the education, the engineering and sciences, and we have the management, and we have engineering, technology, and we have the technology itself. So we have a lot of presentations, and we have hard time in identifying which best paper and best presenter for the online and on-site. The program was ended in the afternoon, late in the afternoon. It's about 5 p.m. But the opening program itself has ended with a photo off of the sessions together with the officials of Kirk University in the leadership of Dr. Wong and Dr. Lin, Dr. Walls, and with us, the officials of ICHESMET, and together with the PUP official that have participated, has spearheaded the ICHESMET. And that would be our previous recap. I hope you would be enjoying today's webinars or seminar and workshop, and we have your the awarding ceremony, the most awaited time. Thank you and good morning. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arvin. And next, let's please welcome our 3 distinguished keynote speakers. 好，那接下来呢，我们有请我们3位的主讲嘉宾致辞。Okay, Dr. John Walsh。好，我们先有请Dr. John Walsh 就我们第1位致辞的嘉宾进行介绍。
Good afternoon. I hope that you had a pleasant day yesterday and today. I'm here to announce the first keynote speaker, Dr. Surabhi Singh, who joins us from the GL Bajaj Institute of Management and Research in India. Dr. Surabhi Singh is a distinguished academician with over 22 years of experience, including 8 years in corporate roles and 14 years in education. Her research projects include studies on the impact of neuromarketing in online retailing and digital marketing tools for skill enhancement programs. Dr. Singh has been actively involved in guiding MBA students, PhD scholars, and international students in Europe. Her extensive work includes mentorship roles, joint research guidance, and various editorial board assignments and association memberships. She has also played a significant role as a speaker, chair, and resource person in numerous sessions and conferences. Dr. Singh's rich professional background include roles at esteemed institutions like GL Bajaj Institute of Management and Research, IMS Ghaziabad, and Jaipuria School of Business, where she has contributed significantly to the field of marketing. She's also an old friend of mine. We met many times at the Case Management Conference at BIMTech in Greater Noida. So the scene having been set, I now pass you over to Dr. Surabhi Singh for her keynote address. Thank you.
So today we are going to talk about, since it's the whole conference is basically catering on the sustainable management. So my deliberation will be revolving around the sustainable marketing. Since I am the marketing faculty, so I'll talk about sustainable marketing strategies. So when we say sustainable marketing, what exactly is the importance of sustainable marketing in the global scenario? That is the agenda of today's talk. Sustainable marketing is all about when we are talking in terms of 3 P's, which is profit, planet, and people. So it means that every company has to work on, to generate profit, but the people and planet has to be served. So we cannot get away with the, overall sustainability of our marketing strategies, which we are using in the organizations. Now, again, some sustainable marketing strategies I would like to highlight. The first is large purpose. So we need to be very, very, broad in terms of our objectives also of our marketing, so that we are able to cover the broader scope in the global scenario.
Which we must adopt is value over profit. So again, definitely marketing is all about, as per the American Marketing Association also, that marketing is all about, it's a process of creating, communicating, and delivering the value to the organization and its stakeholders. So definitely we need to work on the value over the profit, because value means that the additional benefits which we are going to deliver to our customers, that should also be there, over the profit. So this is again a sustainable measure which any marketer can, adopt. And then we can also use the customer-centric perspectives, because nowadays, without CRM, because we know CRM is all about when we are trying to acquire and retain the customers for the longer association with them. And for that purpose, we use a lot of different initiatives also, so that the CLV can also be retained for the customers. So customer-centric perspectives can actually enable us to again be very, very sustainable in the long run. As per the UN agenda also, if we see sustainable management is actually ensured, they are also highlighting that we need to work on more and more sustainable measures. And of course, if I see the emerging markets also, there are many countries like China, South Korea, Japan, they are working a lot on these sustainable marketing measures. So of course, being an Indian, I would say that India is also trying hard, they are also trying to bring more and more sustainable marketing strategies. But I really think that in emerging market, we need to work on more and more sustainable management measures also. And of course, the fourth strategy, which I would like to highlight, that is all about reflect sustainability throughout the business which we are undertaking. So we need to see that, the profit is there, and we are serving the planet also by a lot of green marketing. If we see that in the last 10 years time, we are actually trying to emerge from green marketing to sustainable marketing. Earlier, we used to use more and more green marketing initiatives. So green marketing is all about when we are using environmental friendly products. But now we are concerned more towards the planet from all perspectives. So we are trying to work on more and more social reforms also, because again, sustainability doesn't only cater to the environment part, it also caters to the social part also. So that is, we are more highlighting through the sustainable marketing. There's a basic difference between the sustainable marketing and the green marketing, because in the green, we are talking of more of the environment, but in the sustainable, we are talking of social, economy, and environment, three of them. So it's a more broader, you can say term than the green marketing. There are many examples also of the sustainable marketing. If you can see, the first is the ethical sourcing. Now, ethical sourcing is all about when we are definitely trying to, look for the suppliers who are giving us the raw material, which are very, very following all the ethical and sustainable business practices. Like if you see Coke and PepsiCo, they have also, started working on this sourcing part. So they are trying to put the whole production and the supply chain also very, very sustainable. So we can actually include these sustainable kind of initiatives in all of our these value chain, because value chain comprises of two parts. The first is the demand chain and the other is the supply chain. So demand chain is taken care by the marketing and the supply chain is taken care by the operations. So if I talk about the marketing part, definitely the sales, marketing and services need to work on the sustainable measures also. So we need to work, to communicate with the customers also that whatever sourcing we are doing, that is actually environmentally safe. And of course, it is again very, very valuable for the economy and the society also. Then recycling and upcycling is another example of the sustainable marketing. that more and more recycling must happen. And of course, a lot of MNCs, they are doing like this, they are trying to work on more and more recycling measures, like they are trying to make use of those products which are actually wasted, and then they are trying to recycle some of the products out of that. And there are a lot of sports brand also have done these recycling kind of initiatives. Upcycling involves, again, taking something that is already there, and of course that can we can use it in that way, which can add actually both economically as well as technologically. So that is a kind of a upcycling. Like for example, we can use the recycled paper in our whole direct mail campaigns or something, which, so again, a lot of papers wastage can also be reduced. So this is also a way, because now we are trying to make use of a lot of digital kind of a platforms which can actually help to reduce the paper in the communication. A lot of communication and a lot of working also is taking place in the organization with the help of electronic platform, and that is actually reducing a lot of paperwork also. So documentation can actually take help of all the digital technologies, not the papers. Then reusable packaging is another example. Like for example, if packaging is, because generally what happens, we just waste the packagings of the products. So instead of throwing them, we can, again, the businesses, they can help to reduce the waste and again improve the sustainability of the product packaging, etc. So again, this, if we see the whole value chain from the sourcing to the final delivery to the customer, the whole values can be created through the sustainable marketing. So businesses need to understand that in these ways we can actually improve the overall marketing of the organizations, because marketing is not all about creating the commercial value for the organization or for the customers. Rather, it is also all about trying to create additional benefits for the society as well as economy, as well as for the environment also. Earlier, if you remember, we again, definitely we have some CSR percentage in the organizations also. In every countries we have some contribution of the CSR. But CSR is something, when we are trying to contribute, it's a kind of an obligation which we have to do. But sustainable marketing ensures that you don't have to do, out of obligation. You have to just serve your planet. So that is again a kind of a, you can say, philosophy which can be followed in the global scenario, and definitely the planet can become a very beautiful world. Then again, green events. Green events is also example of sustainable marketing, again, by using some environmental friendly material like LED lighting and all. So again, carbon emissions can be reduced. Events are being used also by use of such kind of a products. So they are also example of sustainable marketing. Then apart from this, we have other example like digital media. Digital media, I told you also that a lot of documentation can be reduced. We can even, because nowadays more and more prints are being a little boycotted and more electronic platforms are being adopted. And it is a scenario also even in the emerging markets. So the countries where, there used to be a kind of a scenario where more and more newspapers, more magazines used to be the limelight, but now they have also started adopting the digital platforms. So all the print news are now, coming on the screen. So you can make use of more and more digital media, so that less use of these postages and, energy and then printing kind of a thing can actually be reduced. So that's why digital marketing campaign, they are also becoming very, very popular in the longer period of time. So we can see in the last 10 years, of course, when we say the IT, IT started coming to the whole market from 1990 onwards. And then definitely, if I say in 2023, we are actually very, very ahead in terms of IT. All the emerging market countries, they are also trying to come, in the front as compared to the developed economies. So definitely emerging markets are the promising. So many countries in the emerging market must actually, adopt these sustainable marketing measures also. Then apart from this, charitable giving is also another example of sustainable marketing, where you can actually make use of different causes and different, kind of you can say approaches of contributions through which we can improve the sustainability in the different organizations. Like for example, we know that a lot of waste are there in the organizations, in the businesses. So we can make use of those waste, for these kind of a giving, so that it should not be, it should not go waste. We must try to reuse those products which are actually not of any use. Like if you see a lot of packagings also are being reused. We can reuse, many companies, they try to give these kind of discounts. Like for example, PepsiCo, they gave this offer in the marketing campaign that by returning the cap, you actually get this much bottles or this much, more products. So again, in this way, we are trying to give more and more contribution also to the whole customer, you can say, market, and definitely the businesses also, they are going to get a lot of benefits. And then sustainable messaging is very, very important, because after all, communication, it matters a lot. Everyone in the society, we are responsible for creating that sustainable synergy also in the whole market. So that's why we need to, create such kind of a messages also among the audience. We all need to be very much aware also in ourselves. Of course, we need to create more and more community also in the whole, sustainability, sustainable messaging, so that because again, a lot of community involvement is possible also by using social media platforms. It means that more and more awareness will be there, and how much, how we can save, because if we see the ozone depletion which is taken place in the global scenario, and a lot of environmental changes also are there. So definitely we all are the witness of this change, and so community involvement can actually work on to improve the overall sustainability of the planet. And of course, employee engagement is very, very important for the improving the sustainable marketing, because they are the internal customers for the organization's employees. And customers, they are there already with us, but internal employees are the internal customers, and they help us to have the interactive, kind of a engagement with the customers. So if the employees are aware, we have already involved them that we need to work on, to improve the social environment and economic upliftment, then definitely employee will also be very, very self-aware, and they will also try to communicate to the customers also of the sustainable measures which we can bring upon. There may be many ways, like we know that, for using the PR initiatives like mob shows and all can be done. Mob shows, and there are various PR events can be done so as to make them aware about a product and how much sustainability we have actually adopted in the product. So these are some of the engagement which can be done by the employees with the customers. Then again, apart from the brand partnerships are very, very important way in which sustainable marketing can be enhanced. So brand partnership means that, again, those commercial organizations, those who are very much into this sustainable marketing initiatives, they can also be, and I tell you, there are many awards also which are being given by the government bodies and different countries also for these companies who are actually bringing these sustainable marketing initiatives. And there have been many, many cases also, because it is not a case of only a social entrepreneur or an NGO to bring these sustainable marketing measures. Rather, organization, they have to come forward, and they have to, like realize the responsibility which they have for the society, economy, and the environment. And that is why sustainable marketing is the key for the success of any country as well as for any organization also, because this is, after all, this is going to contribute to the economy, society, and the environment. So, again, what I really feel, that sustainable marketing campaigns can be beneficial also for the organization, because they are able to help us to have a long-term and sustainable brand image. Because we have seen many companies, they come and go. But again, there are some companies which are still there in the market. And the reason is that they have been able to, prove themselves that they are actually providing a lot of, you can say, welfare for the society, economy, and the environment. And definitely a well implemented sustainable campaign, they can actually engage the customers also, and the branding can also be possible. So for a sustainable marketing plan, the businesses, they need to work with the potential customer bases, and again, they have to work on, a lot of social responsibility also over the profit margins. It will help in, again, improving the reputation of these brands in the market, and definitely overall the planet can also be served. So these are some of my opinions on sustainable marketing. If anyone has any question, I'm ready to answer. Hope I am audible.
Okay, just wait a minute. 那接下来我们的第二位嘉宾呢是来。
Ma'am Nash, do you hear her?
Hello, Dr. Arvin. Yes, now I can hear you. Trustee in MRSP, Dr. Okay.
Pad Thai. Okay. Chicken fry. Oh.
Dr. Arvin, my screen is shared. Can you confirm if you can see my slides? but I added this slide because that would be the base of my discussion for today. For Industry 3.0, which many of the ASEAN countries are still in this stage development of automation within the manufacturing within the industry sector. Recently, I have been participating in a joint study of ASEAN countries and Korea for 1 week, and we discussed the a smart manufacturing process of different countries, including Thailand, including we had representatives from all actually ASEAN countries, and also from the Philippines, where we discussed some of the solutions. What's the state currently, and what will it take us to have robotic standardization within the ASEAN countries and also Korea, and what are some of the activities we can do to fast track that initiative. Then we are also discussing Industry 4.0, which the focus of this Industry 4.0 revolution. We can elaborate cyber physical system, Internet of Things, networking, artificial intelligence integration of AI into robotics and machine learning itself. But since many countries are still on the stage of Industry 4.0, we are already discussing the topics and matters, initiatives regarding Industry 5.0. It doesn't mean that we should have implemented already Industry 4.0 to move to Industry 5.0, but it's more like defining a relationship between human and those machines. So up to Industry 4.0, we're talking about those systems, those machines, devices that are going to do a task on their own. But as we are approaching to Industry 5.0, we are more talking about the cognitive systems, customization that can help us to achieve also sustainability, which was discussed with the previous speaker, Dr. Singh. I was also listening to her keynote address about sustainable marketing. Very interesting also topic that she discussed, from the product packaging up to other approaches to have the sustainable marketing. So here I'm gonna more talk about some of the robotics and industry approach for having a smart manufacturing and how it can help to achieve more sustainability. So just to put it in the words, what's Industry 4.0? We are having it as a next phase of digitalization of manufacturing sector, which is just driven by disruptive trend, including the rise of data and connectivity. This is the first time in Industry 4.0 that the topic of data analytic, artificial intelligence, and machine learning is discussed. And then as we move to Industry 5.0, the term itself, Industry 5.0, refers to the people working this time alongside the robots and a smart machine. And it's about helping robots to work better, faster, more efficient, and leverage the advanced technology such as Internet of Things, such as cybersecurity and big data. And this Industry 5.0, it adds a personal human touch to the very rigid and hard Industry 4.0 automation that we were discussing before. But what are some of the key principles of this Industry 4.0 that we need to consider? First, I want to elaborate the ability of the machines, devices, and systems to communicate and work together. So this is interoperability, which is, as the word defines itself, they should be able to operate all the machines and devices and communicate together. So we have the machine-to-machine interface here. Then we are going to also define another principle in this field, which is transparency. That's a real-time access of data and information. And another one that we have, another principle, would be the technical assistant. For this technical assistant, it means assisting human in decision-making by providing a statistic, by providing prediction, forecasting, and doing different tasks. And then we are also having decentralized decisions, which we can refer to the ability of cyber physical systems to make decisions on their own. And these principles are just underpin the transformative nature of Industry 4.0 as well as Industry 5.0. To understand the process better, let's take a look at this map and the process of a smart manufacturing. We can start here with 3D printing and additive manufacturing, which will have the rapid prototyping. We have the reduced defects. We have also, we have been able to achieve also mass customization. Customization, which was a very tedious, complex task for many years for industries. So with this additive manufacturing, we can have the mass customization in the concept of a smart manufacturing. Then we have another topic to discuss, which would be augmented reality, which many of you might be familiar with those big glasses, but we have actually way over that. And we are talking about increasing of the maintenance efficiency, improved training, and also object visualization. And then since we have the data, we have sensors connected to our system, we can do the simulation, which we are discussing here, the topics about digital twin implementation and those areas that can give us the ability to test a manufacturing line, to test a system before putting it into practice, to reduce the downtime, to reduce the cost of not working properly. And at the end of this process, we have also cobots, collaborative robots, which are going to collect real-time information and work alongside with the human. And these are going to send the process, whatever is the product here, process to using some autonomous vehicles that are vastly used nowadays in different industries, most especially for the warehouses. And they are connected to the internal network. They are implementing IIoT or Industrial Internet of Things. And since everything is connected, we can have big data and we can have a mass customization and market study itself. Along the way, we should also consider the topics of cybersecurity, since we are talking about connecting data, connecting machines, that would be inevitable. So whenever we are connecting things, even internally or externally through the internet, that's also another topic that need to be considered and discussed. So these are the highlights of technology that we need to adopt for each country in order to have the smart manufacturing, in order to be able to say that we have efficient production, we have the smart manufacturing. And one of the, let's say, outcomes of this smart manufacturing would be also green resources, would be also sustainable development, which I'm gonna discuss in few slides. So to better understand the reason that we need to have a smart manufacturing, I just add an example here. I was just searching for a very odd gadget, and I found this knife, which is probably a smart knife. So suppose a factory, this is also related to the sustainable marketing because we are using big data here. A factory is just producing this new product, which is a smart knife. It will give you some information about what's the material, how fresh is this vegetable, and some other data. So it's just a smart, collecting a lot of data. And then they will show the ad on social media or through some TV shows. They will just put an ad on. Through Instagram, through Facebook, and they will monitor it for 24 hours to see customers' reaction. If it gets a lot of sharing, a lot of comments, then a day after, or probably a week after, that product can be available on the market. So it will directly affect the production line. And that's the customization, mass customization that we are talking about. So we can analyze the data real time, and then we can customize our manufacturing line even based on those data that we have. So this time we are giving a product, we will use those resources in a way that we are sure that customer needs this product. So this is just maybe just a small example on how it can work, but you can imagine it on a bigger scale, especially in the car manufacturing and some other industries. So in this keynote address, I would like to also talk about the evolution of human-robot collaboration. These are some of the robots that are previously used, especially for Industry 3.0 and 4.0, as an automated machines. When we are talking about implementing of Industry 5.0, it doesn't mean that we are going to replace those machines. We still need them. Whenever there's no need for human interaction, we need those machines to do the heavy tasks, to do the repetitive tasks. So here, the robots are primarily used as automated machines performing repetitive and dangerous tasks, especially they will assure our safety. So this is very important. Such as manufacturing and assembly lines. On the other hand, these robots are also designed to replace human workers in labor-intensive and hazardous operations, which they're aiming to increase the efficiency and also ensure the workers' safety. So for those two important reasons, they're going to replace human work. And we are actually fond of that because they will assure human safety. But then the question would be, what about those human jobs that are going to be replaced by those machines? I will answer that question in a while as well. These are some examples of those automated machines that can be used in different industries. For example, in the warehouse picking robot. The challenge here would be handling, if we want to implement those, the challenge is for us to handling different range of objects with different shape and different efficiencies. This is actually our training center where we are implementing PLC system, we are having industrial automations and some robots. So to address that challenge, we can discuss about different end effectors and the whole topic of research studies about that area. So if you're interested, you may put also your study on developing an end effector that needs less changing of its end effector for handling different tasks. So I'm gonna just skip this slide, an overview for you to what would be the research study if you want to approach that path. Another one is automotive welding robots. The challenge in this industry using robots would be ensuring the consistent welding quality across various car models. And the solution would be adaptation of the control algorithm that can adjust the welding parameters based on the vehicle specifications. So again, that's another research area that you can pursue in the field of automotive welding robots. Here we have also a video, but since I want to be right on track of time, I'm gonna skip a few of them. And then in Industry 5.0, back to our discussion, we are discussing coexistence of human and robots. Earlier, we discussed that those automatic robots are going to replace human jobs that are repetitive, that are hazardous, so they will completely replace a human workforce. But in Industry 5.0, this time we're not talking about replacement of human works, but we have a topic of coexisting of human and robot in a shared workspace. We are defining a collaborative robot as a type of robot intended to physically interact with human in a shared workspace. And these collaborative robots are designed to work alongside the human, and they're combining the strength of both human and machines to create a more interactive and more productive work environment. And these cobots, in order to be able to efficiently operate, are equipped with advanced sensors. They are equipped with the safety features and also adaptive programming. So this shared workspace creates also a symbiotic relationship between human and robots, where in this relationship, human provide cognitive ability. We still need human to make those human touch and cognitive ability. We experience that a lot when we are working with some AI tools, such as BART, such as ChatGPT, and so on. There are smart machines, but still we need a human that asks the correct question. That's actually a 21st century also a skill, how to be able to ask a correct question. That's very important. And also how to use a correct prompt in order to get the best result that is suited for our need. So that's the definition of Industry 5.0 as well. We are talking about the cognitive ability of human. We're talking about the decision-making skills of human and also creativity. So these abilities and skills will be provided in this relationship by human. And in other hand, the collaborative robots or cobots will physically strengthen human. They can just lift more objects without hurting their spine or back. Then they will have more precision. Early example, we had a welding robot that has a higher precision than human. Also, it's much more safer. And also endurance. So these are the factors to consider for implementing of the human-robot relationship and have them coexist together in the same workspace. So to have this human-robot collaboration, we need to talk about advanced technologies. Here in this project, done by students also, you can see that the robot is getting the hand gesture. We just use machine learning to move the robot with the hand gesture. So that's just one example on how it can be done. So collaborative robots are going to augment human capability. At the same time, they are going to reduce the replace of humans entirely. So here we are facing the need for new skills for humans. So a lot of training, a lot of awareness need to be done by countries to have those skills, which some of them were not existed before. We need to have those skills to be taught to students, not only as students, also the workers, most especially actually the workers that are currently working with an industry. So they can gain new ability, and together with this robot, they can have also more productivity. Let me just skip some of those examples of the robots in manufacturing process. And let us discuss some design consideration for robotic system, automations, and AI in industry setting itself. These are some important factors, although there are many factors, but I believe these are the most important ones to consider when you want to design a robotic system, because you're all researchers and attending to this conference, presenting probably some of your research works, or you're just participating as a listener and you want to take some souvenir and take some notes of the knowledge that is shared during this event. So if you want to design a robot, let's just consider the payload capability, which is considered as a maximum weight of a robot that can carry. And reachability is another factor to consider designing a robot, which is a distance a robot can extend its end effector. And this is crucial for the task that requires a broad workspace. Another one would be the accuracy, how precisely the robot can position. So we will discuss in this topic positioning, calibration, discussions on how it can place an object accurately within the area that is intended to place those objects. Then you need to also consider the safety, which is incorporating the sensors and correct protocols to make sure that your robots is avoiding collision, especially since we are now talking about human working on the same environment with the robots. We need to install appropriate sensors to identify the hand gesture, the human movement, and ensure that the safety is considered. And also environment is another factor influencing the design. Adapting the robots to operate efficiently in a specific condition, for example, an extreme temperature or in a high humidity, just like the weather that we have here in the Philippines, probably in Thailand too. Recently, we have joined this ASEAN Korean Smart Manufacturing and Robot Workshop and discussion. And during this event, we have visited some of the Korean facility. This is the Korean Institute for Robot Industry Advancement. This is a testing facility for the robot standardization, including the dust-proof system, the waterproof system. This is the bed road system test for the mobile robots. And these are some other visits to those government facilities that will let you to do the prototyping before having the product mass product. Or if you're a researcher and you're working on your research, these are some of the institutions that you can use to have a prototype of your system first. About MRSP activities in the Philippines with government agencies such as Department of Science and Technology, together with MIRDC, which is a Metal and Industrial Research and Development Center. We have established also some facilities, including a Amerial project. This Amerial project, which MRSP was also one of the partners during implementation of this project. This is also built in Philippine Manila. It's actually near also our office, and it will give you the facility of full smart manufacturing. So if we have a project here that requires smart manufacturing facilities, this facility can be used by students, researchers, and also those small to medium enterprises to use this facility, have their system check, have their study check, and if it's efficient, then invest on furthermore implementation. I want to also mention about another facilities in the Philippines that is dedicated to researchers and also small to medium enterprises, which is an advanced manufacturing center. And that will give you all the equipments from additive manufacturing. All the 3D printers are available in this system. They will do the designing for you. They will help you to form your projects and have your prototype done in this center. I would like to also share some of the DOST and Philippine government initiatives towards supporting researchers, especially for the field that we are talking for today, which would be smart manufacturing and also some of the advanced Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. Here is a roadmap and initiatives of the activities for Industry 4.0 manufacturing. So due to time, I'm just gonna skip this slide, but you may take a look overview on what are the plans and what are currently the trend of research here in the Philippines. So I would like to wrap up my discussion about how these collaborative robots, how this smart manufacturing can contribute to empower the sustainability, which is also the theme of this year conference. So these are the factors that we can name after implementing a smart manufacturing. We can talk about reducing waste with collaborative robots. Since they are more accurate, more precise, therefore they will eliminate the defects and waste during the manufacturing process. So it will improve the working condition. It will have the allocation of the workers to higher value tasks instead of doing repetitive tasks. And that's one factor that can help us to achieve sustainability. Another one is those cobots reduce energy consumption through remote monitoring and also accessing to digitalization. Since we are having the concept of industry IoT or industrial IoT, Internet of Things, monitoring can be done through some distance. So here we are also saving some energy and going to work and going to on-site for having some events. Just like I'm here in the Philippines now, presenting many kilometers away on your event. So I saved a lot for being there with you. Although I wish that I could be there face to face, but online will do as well. Another one would be environmental friendly footprint. Since the traditional automation typically needs a new infrastructure to be dedicated for those robots. Therefore, with Industry 4.0, we don't need to build a new infrastructure. We can just use the same workspace and have the robot to work alongside with the human. So that is already an environmental friendly practice and footprint for industries. And of course, maximizing energy efficiency in collaborative robots. So we will leverage this robotics for research and development by collaboration between academies and industry institutions. We will also need investment in robotics and AI research. As I presented earlier, some of the Philippines activities and MRSP activities to achieve that goal. And another one would be developing industry-specific solution and standards which to achieve that, recently we participated also in the ASEAN and Korea standardization program. I'm gonna go for a few more slides. Okay, so let me just wrap up my discussion to stay on time. Thank you, and back to you, MC or Dr. Arvin. Okay, so let me just wrap up my discussion to stay on time. Thank you, and back to you, MC or Dr. Arvin.
Thank you, Engineer Nas Talent. Does anyone want to ask some questions? This is such a interesting information about mechatronics and robots. Okay, let's come to our third keynote speaker. And then let's...
I cannot actually hear anything from the on-site participants and moderators. Am I still audible?
Yes.
Yes, audible.
Okay.
Okay. We have a question to ask you. Okay. Just come here. It's okay. Just come here.
So back to you, Dr. Arvin.
Hello. Good afternoon, Dr. Engineer Zade.
From audience.
Good afternoon, Engineer Zade. Thank you for your presentation. So actually right now, Philippines is strengthening our GIA or the Government Industry Academy Partnership. And what would you say about the lag between or the gap between the knowledge gap in terms of the academia and the or in the industry, which is ahead and which is following right now, and how would it affect the developing countries and the advancement of the technology? And of course, can you shortly discuss the role of MRSP to address this gap? Thank you. Hi, Engineer Zade. Thank you very much for your presentation. I'm sorry. Right now, Philippines is strengthening our GIA, or the Government Industry Academy Partnership. And last 2 weeks ago, I think, we had our local GIA forum inviting local representative from the government and the industry representatives, or some industry representatives. And we have elaborated the knowledge gap between the industry and the academe, or the application in the industry and the academe. So maybe the academe is advanced, or maybe academe is lagging behind the industry. And my question is, how would it affect the advancement of technology and the developing countries? And what can you shortly elaborate the role of MRSP in addressing this gap? Thank you.
Yes, Maribel, thank you for your question. That's correct, actually, because governments need a lot of preparation, a lot of process. Therefore, I guess although we need to take a look at the roadmap of government, each government and their initiatives for implementing of Industry 4.0 and 5.0, but that won't be enough. So the task would be propagated to organizations, professional organizations, and the universities to provide training and to build a bridge to fulfill this gap. One of the MRSP activities is actually to address that issue. We are actually connecting with industry partners. We identify their need within their industries, and we just propagate that to academic sector through competency standard, through training regulations. So that's one of the key steps that MRSP is taking to address that issue. At the same time, we have also our partnership with government agencies to identify also their line of activities, their needs, and what are the roadmap that they are taking. So through that, I believe mostly ASEAN countries should have more collaboration, should have more mutual activities to be able to cope with this rapidly changing environment in industry itself.
Thank you very much. A follow-up question. So that is true right now that there may be a mismatch between the needs of the industry and what the academy is giving to the industry. So can you cite some big barriers, right? Is it highly on infrastructure? The industry, or are there any other barriers? Thank you.
Just a use case example, actually, a real example that we experienced. Through one project, which was also DOST funded project, we visited 50 different SMMEs, or small to medium enterprises. And we try to identify what are some of the automation solutions or Industry 4.0 solution that we can provide them. First, we experienced that they're resisting to adopting those machines and technologies because of the fear of their job being replaced. Another that we identified was a lack of awareness. So they were not really informed on how this automation can help to change their working process. So as the group that we were assigned to provide automation solution, we have drafted 50 different automation solutions for different actually industries, including the coffee maker industry to bread making industry. They were just the small to medium enterprises, but we provided automation solution. And they were very happy with this program because they got a draft of automation solution that they can adopt within their industry, although the decision was them if they want to proceed with that or not. Another program that can help this a lot is another program that we have it also in the Philippines, although it needs to be practiced a lot more, and maybe only a small numbers are implemented every year. But it's a partnership between industry and academy. So through that, students can go to that industry, they can see the real work and real manufacturing process of one industry, and they were able to identify the need, and through some activities they can propose an automation solution. So I believe there is a gap, and some of those activities that I just mentioned can help us to fulfill those gaps.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for Engineer Nas Talent and our dear Low Simon Katim Bang, our daughter. Okay, Nan, and then let's go to the second keynote speaker. But first, let's welcome Engineer Olin Dela Cruz to introduce our keynote speakers. 那接下来有请我们的 Olin Dela Cruz 博士来介绍我们第3位演讲嘉宾，掌声欢迎。
Okay, thank you. So please let me introduce you our next speaker. Our next speaker is none other than Engineer Sherilyn C. Rojas. She graduated at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, with a degree Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering and a graduate of Chulalongkorn University, Bangkok, Thailand, with Master of Science, Master of Engineering in Civil Engineering, major in Construction Engineering and Management. She is currently enrolled PhD in Civil Engineering at the De La Salle University, Manila, and she is an alumna of the Asian University Network, Southeast Asia Engineering Education Development Network, and the Japan International Cooperation Agency program. With her research interests includes the construction management, utilization of fly ash and seawater and concrete, cost estimation, and artificial neural networks. She is currently the Associate Professor of the De La Salle University, and besides, she is the project leader for the Smart In-House Construction Project under the DOST Science for Change Cradle program. Once again, Engineer Sherilyn C. Rojas.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sherilyn C. Rojas from the Department of Civil Engineering at De La Salle University, Manila, Philippines. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for the opportunity to present our research project at this 3rd International Conference on Humanities, Education, Sciences, Management, Engineering, and Technology 2023. Our project is entitled Steel Manufacturing and Assembly for Rapid Technology, or Smart In-House Construction, Development of an Innovative CFS-based Structure with Screw Piles Using the Design for Manufacturing and Assembly Technology. This project is being implemented by De La Salle University, funded by the Department of Science and Technology, and monitored by the Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology, Research and Development, or PSERD. Our industry partner is Architect Steel and Service Center Incorporated. This project is under the Science for Change program of the DOST under the CRADLE program, which aims to enable technological advancement and innovation of local companies and to support the growth of the Philippine innovation ecosystem. Through the program, the academe and/or the research and development institution, in partnership with a Filipino company, undertakes research and development to improve the company's products, processes, and services to become more competitive in their respective industries. Beneficiary companies under this program commit to adopt the technology that will be developed. This way, research outputs from the academe are directly translated commercially to the market. Here are the members of the project team, with me as the project leader. For the project background, the Earth's climate has drastically changed over the years, with strong evidence confirming that some are related to human activities. The Philippines is a disaster-prone country, ranking 8th and 9th among the countries with highest risk and exposure to natural hazards and climate change, respectively. According to the Philippine Disaster Report of 2022, in the first half of the year, there were about 36 natural disasters, 9,576 casualties, and 1,180,000 displaced individuals. Because of these natural disasters, the number of internally displaced persons, or IDPs, has increased. One of the challenges that IDPs face during calamities is the lack of immediate shelter response. Affected families are accommodated in evacuation centers like classrooms and school buildings, barangay halls, basketball courts, and churches. The recovery period from a disaster may take months or even years. Thus, a house that will provide the affected families with a sense of security, privacy, and healthy living environment is essential. Meeting the needs of post-disaster shelters continues to be a predicament for the government, humanitarian organizations, and the affected population. Towards this end, this research proposes a temporary shelter design, incorporating the design for manufacturing and assembly methodology and the use of materials like cold-formed steel as structural members and screw piles as foundation. Although DFMA is commonly applied in the manufacturing industry like automotive, it has gained popularity in prefabricated construction. It is now being eyed in optimizing products to lower costs and increase quality. Through the systematic procedure of DFMA, results such as reduction in construction program time, greater program certainty, reduction in construction costs, reduction in on-site labor, thus improving health and safety, reduced need for skilled labor on site, better construction quality, better environmental outcomes due to reduced waste and fewer queries from the site, etc. can be achieved. CFS and screw piles were chosen to highlight their effects on the ease of manufacturability and assembly. Appropriate design and material selection plays an important role in the performance of this shelter. Moreover, CFS has been in the market for a long time but has limited usage due to inadequate effort to further the product to more constructive and structural usage. Screw piles, on the other hand, are promising materials because of the ease they can be installed, reducing excavation work and the use of cement and water for traditional foundation concreting works. Thus, the present challenges include the lack of use of CFS as a structural framing material in the Philippines, and also the need to develop post-disaster transitional shelters that can be efficiently constructed. This project has two main objectives. The first objective is to develop an innovative building system using structural light gauge steel or cold-formed steel frames with screw pile technology for post-disaster transitional shelters. The second objective is to demonstrate a model unit using the developed system with DFMA technology. What is CFS? Steel is generally classified as hot-rolled steel or cold-formed steel. Cold-formed steel, or CFS, refers to steel sections produced through a process without heat application, such as roll forming or press breaking. Here are some photos of a CFS section. The left photo is a roll forming machine. Then you have the CFS sections, and then the CFS sections assembled in a frame. Among the key benefits of CFS are its high strength to weight ratio, quick production, flexibility in selecting a cross-section, and the ease in logistics. How about screw piles? What are screw piles? Screw piles are a type of piled foundation or retaining wall anchors that have been in use since the 1830s. So they are a type of foundation element in which a round or square-shaped steel shaft is attached with one or more round plates, often referred to as helical plates, along its periphery and efficiently installed through the ground by simultaneously applying torque and compressive force. Here are some photos of screw piles and the installation setup. For the advantages of screw piles, they are easy to install, cost-effective, require minimal equipment, they are removable and reusable, and they have high tensile and compressive capabilities. On the other hand, DFMA is a methodology that enhances the design process by focusing on simplicity and reducing materials, labor, and manufacturing-related operations. The goal of DFMA is to ensure harmonious succession of processes so that the output of one process can be directly used, processed, and passed on to the next. DFMA has two main components, the design for manufacture or DFM and the design for assembly or DFA. DFM refers to the ease of manufacturing the individual component parts of a product or assembly, while DFA refers to the ease of assembly. The methodology for this research comprises in general the development of the architectural design, structural design, and then the DFMA application, followed by analysis and conclusion. The architectural design was a culmination of collaborative efforts involving various government and non-government agencies, drawing upon their extensive experience in aiding populations affected by disasters. The architectural design adhered to the guidelines outlined in the Sphere Handbook for Post-Disaster Shelters, ensuring compliance with its provisions and prerequisites. For the structural design, the CFS-based shelter was designed to withstand both gravitational and lateral forces in accordance with the standards delineated in the National Structural Code of the Philippines. To establish the design parameters, the hypothetical location chosen for this transitional shelter was San Gerardo subdivision in Tacloban City, Leyte. Given the lightweight nature of these shelters and drawing from prior assessments conducted by the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, it was determined that the predominant design lateral load would be the wind-induced. The structural design was executed using STAAD Pro software, with CFS selected as the primary structural material. Its design conformed to the specifications outlined by the American Iron and Steel Institute, ensuring compliance with industry standards and best practices. Following the CFS structural design, the subsequent phase involved the design of screw piles, serving as the foundational system for the shelter. The screw piles were designed to provide robust support and stability for the structure, complementing the overall resilience of the transitional shelter. After the structural design phase of the shelter, the use of DFMA followed. And this is the framework that we use as a guide. When applying the DFMA principles, 6 specific criteria guide the initial design phase. These criteria aim to streamline shelter production by minimizing installation time and cost while preserving the intended performance. In the initial design, or if the initial design falls short or lacks optimization against any criterion, modifications are implemented. These 6 DFMA criteria were adopted from Boothroyd in 2005. And these include reducing the number of parts, enhancing ease of handling, simplifying part insertion, standardizing parts, aligning design with current process capabilities, and allowing room for alternative design and assembly processes. Following an evaluation of the initial structural design against this DFMA criteria, the design output was then integrated into Vertex BD, a powerful building information modeling software. Vertex BD then generates detailed shop drawings, forming the basis for cost estimation and theoretical construction timelines for the shelter. The integration of the FMA principles alongside the utilization of Vertex BD ensures a systematic approach to optimize the shelter's production process, aligning it with the design intricacies with efficient manufacturing and assembly methodology. Analysis include comparison with published transitional shelters in terms of cost efficiency, construction completion time, and technical performance. For the results, we have initially developed 3 designs, namely the square, rectangular, and hexagonal shapes. After several consultations and iterations, we came up with the hexagonal as the best design. The developed architectural design is a regular hexagon in top view. Each side measures 3 meters and has a floor-to-ceiling height of 2.85 meters. The floor area of the shelter is 23.38 square meters. It has a roof pitch angle of 15 degrees and its overhangs are 0.4 meters from the walls. The roof apex is 0.9 meters in height from the ceiling level. Conventional materials were chosen for the claddings of this plan, namely corrugated galvanized iron sheet for the roofing, marine plywood for the walls, and high-density polyethylene or HDPE plastic pallets for the flooring. The detailed design was compared with existing published designs of transitional shelters constructed in the Philippines in terms of cost, construction completion time, and technical performance. The shelters from the IFRC 10 designs designated as W11 and C11 were shelters constructed in 2011 in northern Mindanao, Philippines, and whose details were published by the IFRC. By the way, our design is designated as a CFS 23. From the published report of IFRC with W11 and C11, they were reportedly completed within a time frame of 12 days. In assessing the construction process, man-hours were calculated per activity in consultation with local CFS manufacturers and screw pile fabricators and installers. Each activity's duration is based on an 8-hour daily working period with a construction team consisting of 5 workers. From this Gantt chart, it is evident that the completion time for the CFS 23 shelter would take a total of 8 days. This timeline indicates a 4-day reduction compared to the completion time of IFRC shelters. Consequently, this accelerated construction schedule resulted in a 33.33% faster provision of shelters. The streamlined construction process of the CFS 23 showcases an efficient utilization of resources and optimized workflow, enabling a quicker deployment of shelters to affected areas. In terms of cost, in this figure, we can see that CFS 23 shelter demonstrates higher total cost per floor area per year compared to W11 and C11, and by 8.61% and 11.81% respectively. Despite boasting an extended anticipated lifespan compared to the other shelters, it covers a smaller floor area than the C11 and incurs notably higher material costs. This higher cost in CFS 23 can be primarily attributed to its increased material costs, stemming from the use of steel as a primary structural materials. However, Despite the higher material cost, the usage of CFS results in a lower labor costs at 1.77 US dollars per square meter per year. This reduction in labor cost is a direct consequence of the shortened construction duration facilitated by the CFS construction methods. Although CFS 23 faces the challenge of higher initial material costs due to the steel-based structure, its cost efficiently becomes apparent in terms of labor expense over the shelter's life cycle. This balance between material and labor costs highlights the trade-offs inherent in shelter design and construction methodologies, with CFS 23 demonstrating advantages in construction efficiency despite higher initial material expenditures. Lastly, for the technical performance, the technical performance of shelters against natural hazards like earthquakes, wind, and flooding was evaluated using a scoring system based on a study by Zia Escamilla and Hubbard in 2015. Each shelter received scores relative to the hazard assessment of the location in Tacloban City, determined using the Hazard Hunter PH. This tool generates indicative hazard assessment reports, and it is a collaborative effort involving different government agencies like the DOST, PHIVOLCS, PAG-ASA, ASTI, DNR, MGB, NAMRIA, the Department of National Defense, Office of the Civil Defense, Department of Education under GRES Philippines, to name a few. This figure here shows the technical performance scores of the different shelters, reflecting their evaluated capabilities in withstanding earthquake, wind, and flooding events in alignment with the hazard level of the construction site. It is notable that CFS 23 has secured the highest total performance score of 13 points, and this score can be attributed to the CFS 23's structural design to effectively withstand earthquake and wind loads at their full values as prescribed by the NSCP. This structural resilience is evident through the higher scores in comparison to the other shelters within these categories. However, despite its strengths, CFS 23 scored lower in terms of finished floor level elevation compared to W11 in particular, rendering it more susceptible to flooding. This vulnerability arises due to its lower floor level, which impacts its resilience against flooding events. While excelling in earthquake and wind load resistance, CFS 23 faces a challenge concerning its susceptibility to flooding. This trade-off underscores the necessity for a holistic approach in shelter design, where strengths in one aspect might come with vulnerabilities in others, emphasizing the importance of a balanced consideration of various hazards and their potential impacts. In conclusion, this research has developed transitional shelter design utilizing cold-formed steel for structural framing and screw piles for foundation. It employed DFMA with 6 criteria for construction facilitation. The framework that was developed herein serve as guide in DFMA application in optimizing shelter design through successive evaluations with BIM software. The initial design assessments led to an optimal transitional shelter design with higher costs per covered floor area per service life due to its higher material costs in CFS-based shelter. The construction time for the shelter is also shorter, and it exhibited better technical performance in terms of earthquake and wind. However, the performance is not as good as the other two IFRC shelters in terms of the flooding event. It should be noted that the presentation only highlighted the first main objective of this project. The second objective is still ongoing, and hopefully we can also present the results of the second objective. Here are some photos of the model unit that we have installed as part of the showcasing event of the DOST. It should be noted also that this model unit does not yet include the installation of the screw piles. Okay, so here are some photos from the showcasing event, right? Okay, and this is the final shelter on the left, and this is how it looks like from the inside. Okay. At this point, I would like to thank the Department of Science and Technology Science for Change program, CRADLE program, for funding our project, and also DOST be shared as our monitoring agency. I would also like to thank our university, De La Salle University, and also the Center for Engineering and Sustainable Development Research of De La Salle University, and of course our industry partner, Architect Steel and Service Center. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Caroline C. Roses, for such an interesting speech. Okay, let's go to another process. Just now, our Dr. John Wars have announced the award paper list, right? And then we want to announce the best presenter by our Dr. Dennis. Dr. Dennis will announce the list of best presenters. 那刚刚呢，我们的约翰博士已经公布了优秀学生的获奖文章名单。那接下来有请我们的 Dennis 博士公布最佳演讲者名单，大家掌声欢迎。
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the 3rd International Conference on Humanities, Sciences, Management, Engineering, and Technology. To award the certificate of recognition, may I call on the Dean of the Graduate School. Please help me welcome Dr. Elmer De Jose, together with Senior Director for Engineering, FEU Technology of Institute, Dr. Romano Neira, Overall Chair of ICHESMET 2023, Dr. Arvin De La Cruz, Conference Chair, Dr. Orlin De La Cruz, MRSP NCR President and Vice President for Research Presentation, Dr. Nelson Rodelas. For Humanities, Best Presenter, third place,
This is the next page.
for the third place, Best Presenter, with the paper title, Language Shift and Maintenance, a Case of Bicol Partido Language Variety. For the second place, Best Presenter, Perfectionism as a predictor of anxiety and self-esteem among collegiate athletes in the state university. And the first place, Best Presenter, with the title Emotional Labor as Predictor of Emotional State and Psychological Well-Being among Selected Cabin Crew, Basis for Proposed Mental Health Program. For the on-site presenter, third place, Best Presenter, Deciphering Investment Behavior, a comprehensive review of the theory of planned behavior application. Second place, Best Presenter on-site, Consumer Adoption and Continuance Usage of AI Chatbot Application, Insight from Technology Acceptance Model and Expectation Confirmation Model, second place. And the winner, first place, Psychosocial Support Experiences of Frontline Healthcare Workers as Framework for the Community-Based Mental Health Program. Best Research Paper under Humanities. Third place, Perfectionism as a Predictor of Anxiety and Self-Esteem among Collegiate Athletes in the State University. Second place, Best Research Paper, Language Shift and Maintenance, a Case of Bicol Partido Language Variety. And the winner, first place, Best Research Paper, Emotional Labor as Predictor of Emotional State and Psychological Well-Being among Selected Cabin Crew, Basis for Proposed Mental Health Program. For Education, Best Presenter. Humanities on-site, once again, third place, Best Research Paper, Deciphering Investment Behavior, a Comprehensive Review of the Theory of Planned Behaviors Application. Second place, Best Research Paper, Consumer Adoption and Continuance Usage of AI Chatbot Applications, Insight from Technology Acceptance Model and Expectation Confirmation Model. And the winner, first place, Best Research Paper, Psychosocial Support Experiences of Frontline Healthcare Workers as a Framework for Community-Based Mental Health Program. For Education, Best Presenter, third place, with the title Level of Proficiency in English Spelling and Vocabulary in Indigenous Student using a 3-section movable spelling and vocabulary instructional board. Second place, Best Presenter Online, High School Student Lived Experience in Learning Mathematics under Distance Learning, a basis for constructing mathematics intervention for distance learning. And the first place for Education Online, Exploring Ethnoscience in Hablon Weaving of Migao as Context for Culturally Relevant Science Education. Education Best Research Paper, third place, with the title Level of Proficiency in English Spelling and Vocabulary of Indigenous Student using a 3-section movable spelling and vocabulary instructional board. Second place, Exploring Ethnoscience in Hablon Weaving of Migao as Context for Culturally Relevant Science Education. First place for Online High School Student Lived Experience in Learning Mathematics under Distance Learning, a basis for constructing mathematics intervention for distance learning. For Engineering and Science, Best Presenter, Engineering and Science Online, third place, best presenter, holding equipment for deep fried peanuts and garlic chips. Second place, turmeric, curcuma longa, ginger simberer, o finale with honey ice cream. And first place, best presenter, Nature's Palette and less sustainable thread production from water, ICHESMET. Best research paper, on-site, online, anomaly detection in induction motors through irregular sounds and vibration. Second place, best research paper, Nature's Palette and less sustainable thread production from Weaver Hachette. First place, best research paper, the holding equipment for deep fried peanuts and garlic chips. Management, best presenter. Third place, with the thesis entitled Challenges and Recommendations in Regulating Generative AI in Academic Scholarly Works. Second place, Predicting Employees' Loyalty Through Organizational Justice, the Moderating Role of Union Effectiveness. First place, Predicting Life Satisfaction Through Academic Service Quality, Post-Pandemic Mixed Method Design. For on-site, third place, New Institutional Theory Perspective Water Safety Plan Implementation in Thailand, Australia, Indonesia, and Nepal. Second place, Job Satisfaction Among CEU Teaching and Non-Teaching Employees Basis for Proposed Employee Retention Program. First place, titled Assessing the Risks and Opportunities of Blockchain Technology, Guidelines for Implementation and Management in Organizations. Management Best Research Paper, online. Third place, Assessment of Compliance to Disaster Preparedness Standards by Pila Municipality of Laguna on Disasters Towards Government's Effectiveness. Second place, Predicting Employees' Loyalty Through Organizational Justice, the Moderating Role of Union Effectiveness. First place, Predicting Life Satisfaction Through Academic Service Quality, Post-Pandemic Mixed Method Design. For on-site, Management Best Research Paper, New Institutional Theory Perspective Water Safety Plan Implementation in Thailand, Australia, Indonesia, and Nepal. Second place, Best Research Paper, Job Satisfaction Among CEU Teaching and Non-Teaching Employees. Once again, Basis for Proposed Employees Retention Program. First place, Best Research Paper Assessing the Risks of Opportunities of Blockchain Technology, Guidelines for Implementation and Management in Organizations. Engineering Best Presenter. Online, third place, with a paper entitled In Plain Behavior of Unreinforced Mansory Wallets with Polypropylene Fiber and Bacteria Using Digital Image Correlation. Second place, Experimental Study on Adversary Attack Vulnerabilities in IoT and CPS Actuator and Sensors through Electromagnetic Fault Injection. First place, Best Presenter, Enhancing Asphalt Pavement Performance, a comparative study of superpave and Marshall mix design. For on-site engineering, third place, best presenter, floating offshore wind energy site selection in the Philippines using geographic information system and general algebraic modeling system. Second place, resilience and reliability of biomass energy in the Calabar Zone, holistic approach to energy resource assessment. First place, best presenter, environmental innovation turning PET bottles and LDPE into functional rape materials. Congratulations. Engineering Best Research Paper. Third place, experimental study on the adversary attack vulnerabilities in IoT and CPS, actuators and sensor through electromagnetic pulse injection. Second place, online, an automated press system with Arduino integration. First place, best research paper, enhancing asphalt pavement performance, a comparative study of superpave and Marshall mix design. Engineering on-site, third place, best research paper, effect of quail eggshell, pillar on the abrasion resistance and thermal degradation of room temperature, vulcanizing silicon rubber. Second place, best research paper, entitled Environmental Innovation Turning PET Bottles and LDPE into Functional Raw Materials. Technology, best presenter. Engineering on-site, first place, best research paper. Resilience and reliability of biomass energy in the Calabar Zone, a holistic approach to energy resource assessment. Reminders for online winners, the organizing team committee will send you your certification. For presenter, please submit your name to the committee chair for the certification. For technology, best presenter, online. Third place, with the title Thesis, Design and Implementation of Hybrid Encryption Algorithm for Dual Layer Security of Text File Using Digital Signature Scheme and LSB Image Stenography. Second place, best presenter, Janus study and analysis of the cooling and power requirements of an NFV telecommunications data center using machine learning. First place, best presenter, online, predicting and monitoring energy consumption of household appliances for electricity usage, improvements using deep learning algorithms. Technology on-site, third place, best presenter, a review of microcontroller security, vulnerabilities and exploitation techniques in cyber attacks. Second place, Best Presenter. Rivercast forecasting Marikina River level using auto-regressive transformer with kernels, PCA, and Euclidean kernel. Reminders again, for online winners, the organizing committee will send you your certificates. And for the presenter, please submit your name to the committee chair for the certification. And the winner, Best Presenter, Technology On-Site, Habagat Plus providing recommendation for localized class suspension in schools during inclement weather condition using name-based classifier. Technology Best Research Paper. Online, third place. From dermatology to digital doctor, an IoT and AI integrated solution for virtual skin disease detection. Advisor, Dr. Arvin de la Cruz. Second place, Best Research Paper, Janus Study and Analysis of the Cooling and Power Requirements of NFB Telecommunication Data Center using Machine Learning. First place, Best Research Paper, Predicting and Monitoring Energy Consumptions of Household Appliances for Electricity Usage Improvement using Deep Learning Algorithms. Advisor, Dr. Nelson Rodelas. Technology On-Site, third place, Best Research Paper, a review of microcontroller security, vulnerabilities, and exploitation techniques in cyber attacks. For the second place, Best Research Paper, Rivercast forecasting Marikina River level using autoregressive transformer with kernel PCA and Euclidean kernel. And the winner, first place, Best Research Paper, no other than Habagat Plus providing recommendation for localized class suspension in schools during inclement weather condition using name-based classifier. Once again, thank you and congratulations.
Okay, there's still 2 awards for our keynote speakers. 那接下来我们还有2个奖项是给予我们主讲嘉宾的，有请我们的黄明旺博士和约翰博士。The
You read the citation. Okay, Sir Chris.
International Conference on Humanities, Education, Sciences, Management, Engineering, and Technology 2023, and the 7th International Conference on Sustainable Management. Certificate of recognition is given to our guest speaker in grateful recognition of his distinguished and invaluable service rendered as resource speaker at the 3rd International Conference on Humanities, Education, Sciences, Management, Engineering, and Technology 2023, simultaneously with the 7th International Conference on Sustainable Management with the theme Cultural Modeling for Long-Term Research in a Globalized World, held on 27th to 29th of November 2023 in KrirkUniversity International College, Bangkok, Thailand. signed by Engineer Orlin G. de la Cruz, the conference chairman, Dr. Arvin R. de la Cruz, the overall conference chair, and Dr. Z. Zen, the conference co-chair for International College, Dean of KrirkUniversity. Also, we would like to call Dr. Elmer G. de Jose. Yes. Yes.
大家掌声鼓掌。Thank you, thank you, our president. 啊，我们的校长也到来了，请大家再以掌声欢迎我们的老校长杨金泉教授。Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, next is another information about the ICHESMET 2023. And let's welcome Dr. Romano to give us turnover message. 那接下来呢，有请我们的 Romano 博士呢，来给我们一个关于 ICHESMET 这个会议主办权的一个交接仪式。2023年呢是在我们泰国作为我们格勒大学代表在泰国举行。那2024年呢，这个主办的权将进行一个交接大家掌声欢迎。Let's welcome Dr. Romano for us the turnover message.
Good afternoon to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, I'm truly honored and deeply moved by the warmth of the welcome extended to me as the next conference chair of the 4th International Conference on Humanities, Education, Sciences, Management, Engineering, and Technology, or ICHESMET. The organization of this event stands as a testament to the meticulous planning and dedication of the organizing committee, showcasing an unparalleled level of professionalism and care. As I step into this role, my foremost commitment is to maintain and even exceed the standard of excellence set by our predecessors, ICHESMET 2023. I aspire to cultivate an environment that not only encourages academic rigor, but also emphasizes the practical impact of our research on the real world. Knowledge, in its essence, is meant to be shared, applied, and celebrated for its transformative potential. I look forward to seeing you in the 4th ICHESMET on November 27 to 29, 2024, tentatively in Malaysia. Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the next ICHESMET will be held in Malaysia. Okay, and next let's move forward to our closing remark by our Dr. Wang Wangming. 那接下来有请我们的黄明旺副院长给我们致闭幕词，大家掌声欢迎。
Our guests, our president, our colleague, our student, good afternoon. Okay, this is the last minute. I don't want to say anymore. I just remind you 2-digit number. Okay, totally this conference, our side and exercise, we had 255 papers in total. Okay, in total. Not include our other paper, we use the poster. Okay. Second digit number, I hope you can remember, 4:45 p.m. Our dinner bus outside, in front of the library. You need to prepare on time. After that, you can go to the washroom, it's the second floor, enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wang Ming. Okay. And then the last is about the MOU about our KrirkUniversity with 6 universities. They are just a moment. They're very important, maybe need some time. Okay. The first university is FEU Diliman. The second university is FEU Institute of Technology. The third is FEU Alumba. The fourth is University Capital Foundation College of Science and Technology. The fifth is University of Perpetual Health System, Data Columba campus. And the last is University of the East. And today we'll sign MOU with these six universities. Let's invite our president. Let's invite the first university, FEU Diliman. Please come to the stage. Congratulations. Okay, the second is FEU Institute of Technology. No. What's your university name? Right down here. Right down here. Okay, the third is FEU Alumba. Fourth is Capital Foundation College of Science and Technology. Thank you. The fifth is University of Perpetual Health System, Data Columba campus. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the sixth is University of the East. Okay, there's still another university we need to sign to. That is number 7, West Lankan College of Manila. Let's welcome. Okay. 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 Congratulations. And then let's take a big photo together, all of the 7 universities. Please come to the stage and take a big photo. Okay. All the 7 universities. 好，那现在是和我们格勒大学签约的7所高校一起，领导们一起合影，大家掌声欢迎！谢谢他们对我们学校的信任和支持。Just left, left a little bit, left. Okay. Just left it a little bit. This left side, yeah, a little bit, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, just a moment. We want to take a photo together, all the guests and all the teachers and all the students. ท่านคะเราถ่ายรูปอีกรอบหนึ่งค่ะเราจะถ่ายรูปอีกรอบหนึ่ง好，那接下来呢是一个大合影时间，请我们所有嘉宾还有老师们一起上来合影。同学们需要吗？同学们不要。老师们嘉宾们 ，all the guests and teachers, please take a photo together. Just left, go left a little bit, yeah. Left side. Right side of all of you. Right side. Just post, just change the post. Mini heart, or just a big heart or mini heart is okay. Big heart. Or just a light? Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, the 17th International Conference on Sustainable Management in 2023 was held so successfully because everyone both on-site and online. 那我们2023年第7届可持续管理国际研讨会，因为在座和线上的每一位才能够如此圆满举办。那我们将持续努力，使持续管理国际研讨会成为国际学者分享各专业领域的高质量的学术交流平台 ，and will continue to make the International Conference on Sustainable Management to be a high-quality academic exchange platform for international scholars to share their experience in various professional fields. We welcome more experts, researchers, professionals from various fields to join with us to share and exchange research results, contribute academic research for China and Thailand. And last, our dearest president wants to share some information with us. Okay, let's applause to our president.
Dear friends and colleagues, I have to say congratulations for your successful conference, international conference. I would like to give you something back home. To say goodbye to you, it means to wish you good luck and good success. So today, before departure, may I have the honor to give you special presents back home. The first one is, when you go back home for your future success, you need the first C is clear understanding about your job, about your work, about your success today. So the first C is clear understanding. I believe that the second that you are going to bring back home for your future success is commitment. Commitment. So the second C that I would like to give you is commitment to do your good job, to take your sustainable development for good management in the future. It's commitment, 100% commitment. The third C is capacity building that you have done already. You have prepared yourself for your capacity to work and to continue your good work. The fourth one that I'm thinking and also believing that it's good for you, you must have convincing personality, because when you are going to back home to work, you are going to be a good leader. To have a successful, sustainable management, you need good leadership. A good leader always thinking to build more leaders. That is my belief and my understanding. So I wish you the best success and back home safe and well and successful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank our president's best wishes. So thank you all. Our ceremony is going to have an end, but I wish everyone good luck and all the best. Looking forward to meeting again at the next conference. Thank you. 那最后敬祝各位身体健康，万事如意，期待下次研讨会再相聚。Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. 那接下来是晚餐，老师。老师，接下来是晚餐时间是吗？然后他们全部上去了。对，他们没有说，他们有报名在参加。那应该不用。OK。